Welcome back to your latest industry recap. FedEx is retiring more aircraft. Etihad Airways is sending an A380 to a new location, and SAS has confirmed a new route. Why not begin with Etihad, who have finally launched non-stop Airbus A380 service between Abu Dhabi and Toronto in Canada. The switch to the A380 now means that Toronto welcomes a 31% jump in capacity over what it previously offered. Additionally, the usage of the A380 arrives at a time where there is a celebration of 20 years of service in Canada. The upgraded service also offers what Etihad describes as unparalleled luxury, featuring the flagship 380 product that has been championed right around the world. Etihad has invested pretty heavily in the state-of-the-art interior, at the very least, with first apartments, the residents, and other classes as well. With visible demand between the two locations, particularly highlighted in leisure travel, most notably through friends and relatives visiting in Canada, as a result, there has been the internal feel that there needs to be a capacity increase. However, Etihad Airways also recognises that some of its customers may not see their journey originate in Abu Dhabi, and therefore they'll offer additional capacity that the A380 provides for those coming from other locations east of the UAE. This could be for the likes of India, Asia, or even the Oceania region, for those that are trying to head the long way around the world. As for inside the A380, well, it features 486 seats spread across 4 cabin classes. Over to the next story, and that sits with SAS, who have confirmed that they will be expanding their own international network in 2026, with the addition of a new city and a country that is returning after quite a lengthy time away. Mumbai in India will welcome a new year-round service from Copenhagen. This move, SAS believes, will reinforce Copenhagen Airport as one of the fastest growing and align with economic conditions, which continue to improve. Additionally, by serving Mumbai, the carrier is actually returning to the country of India for the first time in 17 years, opening up new possibilities and marking a new era for the operator as well. While much focus will be placed on connecting passengers between India and Scandinavia, the benefit of the route far extends just beyond that. See, the Scandinavian company puts greater emphasis on the ability to transfer smoothly onto European and North American cities aboard SAS flights, or with codeshare partners once arriving in Copenhagen. Labelled the City of Dreams, SAS notes that Mumbai, with a population of 20 million, underscores quite a big role in the country's economy and what SAS can now bring to the city through its own connectivity options. India has been well documented as one of the fastest growing markets right around the world, and this trend is expected to continue. As a result, airlines are scrambling to acquire the necessary market share. As for some details on the new flight, it is expected to operate as SK969970 and depart for the first time in just under a year on June the 2nd, 2026. The carrier confirms the service will be operated 5 times a week, a strong commitment to the city and country for which it hasn't served in nearly 2 decades. Furthermore, the A330 will be used between the two cities for the time being, with departures scheduled from Copenhagen on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays at 1:10 p.m. The next morning at 1:30, the aircraft will arrive in Mumbai, spending just under 5 hours on the ground before departing at 6 a.m, arriving into Copenhagen then that same day at 11:45. All your times here are local. On to the final story, where FedEx has confirmed its quarterly results, including the retirement of more aircraft from its fleet. A decision was reached that resulted in a non-cash impairment charge of $21 million USD, driven by the retirement, permanent as well, of 12 planes. FedEx says that 7 A330-600 freighters were axed, with 3 MD-11s shipped off alongside 2 of your 757-200s. Additionally, FedEx confirmed that it is aligning with the fleet retirements and has shipped off 8 related engines as part of the continued effort to overhaul the fleet and what it has available to itself. The freight operator's statement regarding the retirements, which have been a long time coming, also aligns with their own internal bid to reduce the fleet and their type of fleets that they do also have present. The modernization strategy, which has been well documented, is labelled as part of efforts to grow efficiency and, on a global scale, align with capacity that is visible across the network, rather than operating with excessive capacity and excessive fleet types that then go on to hamper their overall operation. Moreover, a decision to retire more of the 757-200s follows reporting in June of last year, which confirmed the offloading of 22 of the 757 jets to mitigate losses. At that point, they felt removing this fleet type would improve efficiency, and now the latest decision in the fourth quarter only further highlights that. But what about the MD-11s, which were retired during the fourth quarter? Well, FedEx confirmed in March of this year its intention to quietly extend the life of this aircraft by an additional 4 years, from 2028 to 2032. The decision also coinciding with a new agreement to exercise options for additional 777Fs, which will play a pretty big role in the overall fleet renewal moving forward. Ultimately, the retirement of the jet being pushed back counters reporting in early 2023 when the freight operator called time on the plane, but at that point it did not provide a specific time frame, just saying that a retirement was imminent. During that point, it was felt that the MD-11s had served their purpose, and cutting costs was to be the most important thing moving forward to become efficient and sustainable. FedEx very wary of the operating conditions that it found itself in. So while the MD-11s are expected to remain in service into the 2030s with no further changes anticipated, they will continue to remove older freighters and reduce their reliance on these planes as they evaluate the air freight market. That'll conclude today's aviation recap. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, take care, do be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.